I get asked by many people as I'm knocking on doors, or people hear that I am running for uh, MLA, and they ask me, why the Greens? What is it about the Green Party? Why would you go with them? And there are many reasons, but I am very quick to answer that one of the top things is the local self reliance value of the Green Party. There are six, and you can find them on the website. But so local self reliance is about a community being resilient and sustainable and having our needs met in our communities. And that is why today we turn to one of the things that our communities desperately needs, which is public safety, feeling safer in our communities. And I talked yesterday in episode 50, today's episode 51, by the way, if you're counting, 51 days in a row. Yesterday, I was talking about how we have everything seems to be come down to safety. The root of the five things, as I talk to more and more people, the five needs of our riding in Saint Croix, the root of it is really safety. We're feeling unsafe when we can't be housed, be fed, get the health care we need, when we can't get around, when people are feeling unsafe. And so I want to talk about why we need desperately back in our community. I met somebody on the path in St. Stephen the other day walking, and the courthouse came up, and I said, we desperately need this. And they said, well, give me some reasons why. And that's what I want to unpack with you. Now, a lot of you who are from St. Stephen, Charlotte County, you know what happened in 2015. I believe the government failed in regards to that local self reliance, providing the needs of local citizens so that we can be sustainable, so that we can get what we need. So I want to trace back what happened in 2015. Like I said, if you are from the area, you do know that the courthouse left and everything that came with that. I am knocking on doors throughout St. Croix and finding so many new residents, people who've moved here in the last few years. Many, it's their first election. And so, crucial to kind of setting the stage for that, and I have set my alarm, is because it's daily live for 5, so we're going to try to keep it to that over the next couple of days. The first thing I want to do is set the stage for what we had. What did we have here in Charlotte County on Grand Manan and on St. Stephen? There were courthouses, but it was so much more than that. So first, you have to get a full understanding of what exactly we had and what we lost in our riding. So I threw up on the screen here. This is from an article from Canadian Lawyer, and David Bartlett is quoted here. He is a St. Andrews lawyer, was in 2015, very involved in stopping us losing the courthouse in our riding. The court in St. Stephen, I'm reading here, is a full-blown court and central for the very rural county. Hey, high five. We know we're rural. I've been talking about that. We should not suffer because we are rural. We should not have less access to the things we need because we are rural. We understand entertainment options are fewer, and perhaps it's a bit more difficult to get around. That comes with being rural. But the things that we need that our taxes pay for, we should not get less of that. So I'll keep reading. It contains offices for the judges, youth court services, a law library, probation and victim services, and the Department of Mental Health. David Bartlett said, those services won't be as accessible if court services are consolidated at a new courthouse in St. John. So in 2015, they saw this coming a little bit, and of course, there was very little warning. Then they were told courthouses are moving out. And this is David Bartlett speaking to this reporter, this journalist from Canadian Lawyer. And it was well understood. That's why I want to go back and show you that the voices that really delineated, laid out all the things we were going to lose, it came true. 9 years later, we can look and say, that's true, that's true, that's true. Okay, I'll keep reading. It's a 1.5 for St. Stephen to 4 hour, if you're in Grand Manan, drive for most of the population to get to a courthouse in St. John. Added to the travel issue is that the county covers 3 islands, Grand Manan, that can only be accessed by additional lengthy ocean ferry rides. So we are Campobello in our riding, Grand Manan. That is a different electoral riding, but it is in Charlotte County, and that's why there's discussions around how Charlotte County lost 2 courthouses, both of our courthouses. And quoting now, Charlotte County is a very rural area. It's also a poor area, 2015, I think less poor now. And a lot of people simply don't have cars. Still very true. I'm knocking on doors, whether it's seniors, whether it's students, whether it's newcomers. A lot of people do not have cars. They can land in the communities and municipalities, but still not be mobile outside. So he goes on to say it's a 1.5 to 4 hour minimum for over half the population in St. Stephen's to drive to a new courthouse in St. John. And on top of this, there is no public transit. This is crucial. And then Bartlett says, and I really, the grand finale of this, and of this 5 minutes here, okay, it's 7. The RCMP here will be the highest paid taxi drivers in the world. I mean, again, I find myself laughing at all of the tragic comedy of a lot of these decisions that have been made. That became absolutely true. We just spent 10 parts, 10 days talking about, well, 8 days. This is part 11 of feeling safe, I believe. I'm losing count. But we talked about how the RCMP are not visible, present enough. There's not enough officers. What are they doing a lot of the time? They are driving people, perpetrators and victims, up to St. John and back. They have to be with people who are charged of a crime. There's a whole cascade of negative consequences that came out of this decision. And if you thought it saved money, it didn't even do that. So we're going to unpack that over the next couple of days. But again, back to the value of the Green Party. The Greens are all about local self-determination, self-reliance. We have to be able to get what we need in community. Canada is a country built on peace, order, and good government. Unlike our friends of the South, pursuit of happiness, that kind of thing. We are about peace, order, and good government. That is in our federal constitution. And so, like it or not, we need access to, especially, justice. Access to justice is absolutely crucial to everyone. Now, I'll continue more on that tomorrow because, yes, my alarm is well past saying it's time. And that goes to feeling safe. One of the things that I want to see happen is bring a courthouse back to our riding so that everyone has the access to justice that they deserve, and more fundamentally, that is core